are already in Ads Fundamentals. Welcome to another module, and in this module we are going to be delving straight into some of the principles that we need to learn as regards to ads designs with our smartphone. Okay, so if you're going to be talking about ads, I would want to actually start with this particular quote from David Ogilvy. He says, customers who are fully connected emotionally to a brand spend twice as much on average than customers who are categorized as highly satisfied. Okay? So it is that concentration that we need to give when it comes to psychology, and that is what we want to discuss in this particular section. And let me give you some of the things that you really need to know when it comes to art psychology or consumer psychology, when it comes to designing your brand so that people will become so influenced. So you need to know 6 things about your brand having these features. Number 1, grabbing of attention. Your ad must be able to grab attention. It must be able to penetrate your audience, your prospect psychology. Your ads must be able to stimulate your audience or your prospect interest to make them want to take the action that you're actually calling them to. And your audience, your ads must be able to be very clear and distinct, to the point knowledge. You must be able to communicate your brand in a more comprehensive, with less words, but in a more comprehensive way, so that people can understand what you're actually giving to them. And then last but not the least is the CTA, the call to action. I will discuss every of these one after the other. Let's first start with grabbing of attention. So how do you grab attention as an ads designer or a copywriter? When you're grabbing your attention, you make sure you have some things at the back of your mind. There are 1,001 advertisers that are targeting the same thing you are about selling or doing online. So if you're selling shoes, for example, you are competing with thousands of people, online selling shoes and all that. So what do you do? How do you grab the attention of your prospect on any of the platforms? The first thing is, grabbing attention is very challenging now, okay? For video ads, for example, it used to be around 15 seconds to grab attention, but now, the span of attention of human has gone so low that you only have 3 seconds to grab your audience or your viewers or your prospects, attention. If you can't do that within 3 seconds, I'm sorry, whatever you're shooting is rubbish and balderdash, because people would, literally just leave your ads and go to other things they are doing. They're doing so many things. People are busy now, okay? So you have just 3 seconds to grab attention and 6 seconds to make them decide on whether they are going to stay or not. So it's a total of 9 seconds. It used to be around 15 seconds before now. The next thing you need to know about grabbing attention are 5 golden rules. These are things that you need to know. 5 attention grabbing principles or techniques. You need to understand how to stimulate self-interest, okay? Now listen to this. Whatever you're using to grab your attention is about what is going to interest your audience. If you cannot interest your audience, if you cannot stimulate the interest of your audience, I'm sorry also, you might not be able to grab their attention. Okay, one of those ways with which you can actually stimulate interest is to give them what they can relate to. Okay, are you targeting, let's say 6 years old downwards children to actually look at this particular ads? Are you targeting their fathers or their mothers or their parents? If you're targeting, okay, let me give an example. Let's say a brand like Indomie. Indomie has been in Nigeria for a while now, and these days their campaign has been about talking about mothers. They even sponsor programs that has to do with Mother's Day. What are they trying to do? They're trying to stimulate the interest of those that are targeted. What are their interests? Their interests at the mothers. They know that whenever the mothers subscribe to this particular queue, they will definitely buy Indomie for their kids. So that is how it works. Give them something they can relate to. When they're talking to the mothers, they can play music like Sweet Mother, and not go forget you, and something like that. If you're targeting, let's say, their fathers, they know what to play, they know the kind of cue to give. They're targeting the youths. They can give them something like, Davido or something. So give them something they are thinking about already, and they are going to be able to connect with it. The next thing is news. You have to give them news. You have to give them something that is new, something they've not heard of before. That's another sweet technique, another fine way of actually getting their attention. Now, you can think of anything, think of anything. Introducing, you've not seen this before. How about that? Saying something that people have not heard of before. You've not seen this before. In Yoruba, you get it. So something you've not had before. Okay, that is the second thing. The third thing I want you to understand is curiosity. Give them something that they will be looking up to see, to ask questions. Why is this person doing this? For example, let's say you're selling iPhone 6 and then you show it to your audience in a very nice environment. Shiny filters, cameras, and all that. You have a roller, you have all those things that I'll still talk about on it, and then you show them and then you tell them that you're giving out for free. Why? Because they are the first set of people that were looking this for the first time, and then you tell them they are going to pay for only delivery, and delivery costs 35,000 if that is the cost of the product. This is something is not new, but you making them want to be curious. They are curious that why are you giving this out for free? That's the next thing I want you to know. The next thing I want you to know is that and make them feel that it is easy, okay? Quick, easy, make it simple. Like click it and it will be yours. Share it and it will be yours. Make it easy, okay? Everybody likes easy things. We are still going to talk about that. And the last but not the least of what you're going to actually consider when you're grabbing attention is the internet. Make it different. Whatever you're doing, you're writing, you're designing, you're writing the script for video ads, make sure they are all distinct from what every Tom, Dick, and Harry are doing out there. Okay? Make it very distinct, all in all. That is all about grabbing attention. Now let's talk about